So this is the show me tell me questions on your test, and on your test you'll do your paperwork first of all inside the test centre, and then you'll be taken outside. You'll be doing your eyesight test with a number plate, and then you'll be asked two questions. One will be a one show me, and then the other will be a tell me. There's 19 questions in all. You must learn the answers to all of them. They're not difficult, but you must be able to get the answers correct, otherwise it's a driver fault. Okay, so basically it's under the bonnet, round the car with the tyres and the lights, and then inside the car. So we'll just talk about the inside of the car to begin with. So the first thing is, how could you tell me if the power steering was working or not working in this car?
Okay, well, you need to grip the steering wheel with your hand, turn the ignition on, I think, and pull down.
Yeah.
And then it should...
If you turn the engine
on. There you go.
Yeah.
There you go. It should go wibbly wobbly.
Good, well done. So the pressure has been released, hasn't it? It now moves. Excellent, well done. Okay, turn the engine off. Well done. So, secondly then, show me how you check the parking brake, which is the handbrake, for excessive wear, but you must make sure you keep safe control of the vehicle.
Okay, you need to put your foot on the foot brake.
Well done.
And then release the handbrake and pull it up, so you make sure that it's not at its excessive wear.
At the end of its working travel.
Okay,
yeah.
There you go.
And that it secures itself as well. Well done. Good. Okay. Show me how you check the horn is working on this car. And this must be done whilst the vehicle is off the road, and indeed we are off the road, so...
Go for it.
Well done. Good, good. Okay. Show me how you check the direction indicators are working on this car, and there's two ways that you could actually do that.
One is the hazard warning lights.
Yep, and then you turn that on and you would literally walk around the car to make sure they're all working.
And the other is to switch the ignition on and turn them on, then walk around.
Good, well done. Turn the ignition off, please. Okay, and show me how you would check the brake lights are working on this car. Now I can assist you, but if you need to switch on the ignition, please don't start the engine.
Okay, so switch on the ignition but don't start the engine.
Well done.
Put your foot brake on.
Okay.
And then if you're on your own, check the reflections, but if you're with someone, they can get out and...
Good, so you can use reflections, can't you, like garage doors, windows, other cars, anything to make sure that they're working. Well done. Okay. Tell me how you check the brakes are working before you started a journey. How would you do that, do you think?
This one. So you put... Okay, so turn the ignition on when you start on your journey. Put your foot on the brake, and if it pulls to the side, then you know that one of the either the left or right brake's not working.
Yeah, so the brake shouldn't sort of feel spongy or slack. Yeah. You can test them when you set off and just make sure they don't pull to one side. You don't actually need to turn the ignition on for that particular test. Okay, good. Tell me, and this is only a tell me, so you don't have to do it.
Okay.
Tell me how you check that the headlights and tail lights are working on this car.
Okay, headlights. Just turn them, well, stick them on.
Yeah, turn the switch on, yeah.
And then walk around the car and see if they're on.
Good, well done, excellent. Tell me where you'd find the information for the recommended tyre pressures for this car and how tyre pressures should be checked.
In a manual, or sometimes they're in the side of the door.
Good.
Or in the fuel cap.
Yep. And how would you check them?
With a tyre depth.
Pressure gauge?
Pressure gauge.
And then would you check them when they're hot or they're cold, do you think?
Cold.
Good. And at the back of the car, what mustn't you forget?
Spare tyre.
Well done. And what must you remember to refit back on?
The valve caps.
Good, excellent. Okay, and some people find this the most difficult answer or question of all. Question number 13. Tell me how you would check the tyres to ensure they have sufficient tread depth and their general condition is safe to use on the road.
Well, first you make a general observation. There should be no cuts or bulges. and the minimum tread depth should be 1.6 millimeters across the central 3/4 of the breadth of the tyre and around the entire circumference of the tyre.
Well done. Good.
Okay.
Show me how you'd clean the windscreen using the windscreen washers and wipers on this car.
Okay, so turn the ignition on, and then pull the right indicator.
So let's do that. Well done. Good. Then we just turn the ignition off. And then show me how you'd set the demister controls to clear all the windows effectively. Now this should include both front and rear screens.
Okay, so for the front ones, turn everything onto full, like all these little dial things here.
All the way around to the right.
And then for the rear ones, there's a button.
Good, so you turn the heated rear window on as well. But after you've done that, if you do get this question on your test, make sure you send it.
Everything off again.
Put it back to where you found it, otherwise you'll be cooking on your test and you wouldn't particularly want that. Good, well done. Okay, and show me how you'd switch your rear fog light on and explain when you'd use it.
Rear fog lights. That's the button one. Okay, so turn the ignition on. Is this a show me one? So turn the ignition on. There's a button.
So you turn the headlights on first off.
Oh.
And then good, so you press the button in and the amber light comes on. And when would you actually use it?
When you've got less than 100 metres of visibility.
Good, well done. And then when it is above 100 metres, what would you do then?
Turn it off.
Well done.
Because it's illegal.
Good, good. Well done. Show me how you'd switch your headlight from dip beam to main beam and explain how you'd know the main beam is on whilst inside the car.
Okay, so turn the ignition on, switch on to dip beam, and then push the left indicator forward.
Yeah.
And then there's a little blue light that tells you that it's on.
Good, well done. And turn it all off. And tell me how you'd make sure your head restraint is correctly adjusted so it provides the best protection in the event of a crash.
Okay, well the centre of the head restraint should be in your eye line, in the centre of your eye line. If that makes sense.
Level with your eyes.
Level with your eyes, or at the top of your ear.
Well done, good. And last one inside the car. Tell me how you'd know if there was a problem with your anti-lock braking system.
If you turn the ignition on, an ABS sign light comes on, and if it stays on, you know there's something wrong, and if you don't have one, it means you don't have ABS.
Good, well done.